we started? Okay, good. I'm glad. Welcome to Gorilla Cheeks. This is going to be chaotic as fuck. I'm so sorry. But also you're welcome because I have one of my favorite people on earth, even though we've only seen each other a few times in life.
But spiritually, we've been together way more than that.
A very long time. Our incredible guest today with the most beautiful glasses, the most beautiful eyes, that match her stunning shirt and her nail polish. Take note, Hilary Henderson.
That was such a nice introduction. Thank you so much. Jen, I'm so excited to hang out with you today.
Cheers.
Cheers to Gorilla Cheeks. Okay, so I got a little bit of the lore of Gorilla Cheeks, but I think I need more of a story. I mean, maybe this is not that interesting for your audience because maybe they've heard this before, but I personally want to know what Gorilla Cheeks is about.
Understood, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much for leaning into the brand. I was working at a med spa when I was in university, and they offered me laser hair removal. And
you weren't looking for it. They were just like, hey, you should have that.
Well, look, as a girl who has a lot of dark hair on her body, I was ecstatic when they offered that. And actually it started as like wait, what am I saying? The first time that I went there was for social media. They brought me in Hamilton as like a content creator.
Yeah.
I create no content. But they brought me in and I had a good rapport with like the owner. We joke around a lot. Shout out Stephanie, and she put me down on the table and she was like, what the hell? These are the hairiest ass cheeks I've ever seen. They're like a gorilla's. That's what she said to me.
Oh, okay. And I thought you were going to go into like, this was like some trauma, like a skating coach told you back in the day or something like that.
Well, I would hope that skating coaches aren't looking at your bare ass cheeks, but it does happen.
It's a different story.
Yeah. The underwear part of skating costumes do tend to like
they do go
there,
up there. Yeah.
And things can show through the tights. So, you know, but no, she said that and I was like, it kind of hurt my feelings, but it was very funny, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I ended up using that as like a bit for a while on stage. And then I was like, yeah, make it a podcast title.
I love it.
I have a Gorilla Cheeks segment actually. Maybe we'll just lean into that right now out of the gate. Meaning I did something that was like kind of hurtful but funny and I used it for a positive thing. Have you ever experienced something like that where maybe it's been like a low or something that hurt and you used it as a positive in some way?
Pretty much every negative thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah.
Comedian, right?
Yeah.
Like
I feel like probably, I don't know. I don't know if you go back into like old joke books, but I was doing this recently and I was like, okay, so when I first started stand up, I was going through like a really tough breakup that I just like couldn't make sense of. And so I was like writing about it all the time and being like, this is so funny. But then reading it back, I was like, no, this is like sad. Like this is giving like terrible diary, like should be in a therapist's office. And I think like now that I'm like no longer butthurt by that man and like have had space from it, now I actually can go back into it and be like, oh, this is actually kind of funny. Like you can find the funny parts 100%. Of it. But sometimes when it's too anyway, sorry, this is like taking like a mental health moment. But like sometimes when something's too close to you, you can't be silly with it. Or it's just like it's, you know.
Yeah. I do find too like so that's silly. Like I have hair on my ass. It's being worked on. It's getting lasered. But but I agree. Sometimes things are just like, or I don't know if I know you've been in like a long-term relationship. It may be different, but I'm dating and stuff, obviously. And they expect you to be funny about everything all the time. And that's not me in real life. Like I'm not funny.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing is like having a sense of humor about something so intense sometimes is tough.
Yeah.
Not the hairy part, but some of the other stuff you were like a breakup.
Yeah.
I have recently been going back to some of my old jokes and looking at them now that I'm not that far into, I'm like 3.5 years in to stand-up comedy. And looking back, I'm like, wait, these are actually really great premises, but they just like weren't finished.
Yes.
Starting them, doing them on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm
like I did so many setups, but I just didn't quite.
There was like one big pop, and then there was no. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm kind of going back right now, and I'm like, sort of.
Yeah.
I want to start revisiting them.
Sometimes
on stage.
it is cool just to see like, okay, what do I naturally love to like talk about, or like what's like even just like I don't know. My mission for this summer was like just trying to really hone into like what's my creative voice and all of it, and what do I actually want to talk about. And I realized like, okay, one thing that was surprising is I've been leaning into like a lot more like gross, like nasty stuff than I like initially thought
nasty
I would.
Not like what Trump would call nasty. Like not that.
Well, I mean, he maybe would call me a nasty woman, but like I don't know. I'm in good company if Trump's calling me a nasty woman, so it's fine. But no, like more stuff like where it's like period jokes or like thong jokes. Like I don't know. Recently, I've just been thinking about how like ridiculous it is that men get to like talk about their sweaty ball sack or like whatever, and like the women in the room are all expected to be like, yeah, that's funny, and like it's not, you know. And so I'm like, what if I just do that?
100%. I
what if
love
I just
that.
be unfunny instead?
I stand by that. I've done shit like that on stage too. Like talking about my hairy cheeks, talking about whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fuck it. Ultimately, I want my crowd, if I ever were to have success like you have right now, which I love that you're able to kind of cultivate through being yourself, an audience that is probably a lot of women. That is like my dream world.
Yeah.
I love getting off stage if I'm featuring for someone on the road or whatever. I love getting off stage and the women after are like, that was so funny. Like, that was so good. Yeah. There's nothing like better.
It is really, and it's really like, I don't know, I think especially being like a beautiful woman and like being on stage, like you're in a position of like power. And so I think it's like, not that you're like a role model to like people in the room, but like kind of a little bit, you know? And I always like, it feels so fulfilling when like, yeah, like girls are like, I guess they're women.
Yes.
will come up to me after a show and just be like, oh my gosh, like, thank you. Like you're saying what I was thinking, but I was like too afraid to say it. Like that to me is so fulfilling. Cause I think like, you know, the more women speak their mind, the less war we have, the less famine we have, the less like 100%. The less disasters we have in the world, and 100%. Things are only better.
And the less cervical cancer because of bad tampons. Like,
yes,
like literally. But so I feel this. I'm obsessed with it. I am so happy that you're doing this and you're using your voice because you have a platform, you have a voice. And it's really important. Before you had this incredible platform that you've created through like being an intelligent woman, like speaking about politics, speaking about like so many things. So like, it's not just like gross, period, whatever. No, you're a very intelligent woman. And I am fascinated to hear when you were in your early days of doing stand-up comedy, did you ever have to navigate like when you're on stage and you see so many people on dates and like, who am I trying to, was it just always like, I'm going to do my jokes and it's that? Or were you ever trying to like play to a certain kind of?
In the beginning, was I playing to a certain audience?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I don't know. I think probably I was. I don't know if I was like conscious of it. I think, so I started doing content around the exact same time I started doing stand-up because I was kind of like, I don't know, if I'm going to go into something, like I have so much earth energy in my chart. Like I'm a stellium in Taurus. Like,
I'm Virgo.
Are you Virgo?
Yeah,
I'm Virgo
Earth.
Rising. And I have like Virgo North Node.
Perfect.
Yeah, anyways. So like for me, in order to me to like take a risk to do something, it's got to be I'm going to be all in, but it's like I'm going to research it for months before I ever make a move. And it's going to be very like practical. And I just was kind of like looking and like researching, like stand-ups here in Canada as well as some in the States, and just kind of being like, okay, like of course everybody has like usually a couple like breakthrough kind of moments. But when I was looking at the landscape in Canada, I was kind of like, okay, it's going to take me so long. And like, I'm not really willing to like be able to do my art for 10 years and not get paid basically. And like eat shit and like, I don't know, like suck the dicks of like all these club owners that I have like no interest in like actually hanging out with.
Or the producers.
And so I think from the beginning I was just kind of like, okay, I want to try to like build something that I can scale. And like build something that I can actually grow in a way where it's like, one, I can like actually afford to like live. And like I live in Toronto, it's like an expensive city, you know?
Of course.
And also like wanted to like grow an audience. And so I think at the time I was really trying to niche down into like Toronto and like Canadian centered, like more like hyper local. Like one of my first viral series was like my favorite places to cry in Toronto. This is like back in like 2021-ish, something like that. And it was like very, you know, very sarcastic. Still like obviously the through line is comedy with like everything that I'm doing. But I think at the time I was kind of thinking like, well, I don't really want my TikToks to go to people in like America or whatever, because like I'm not doing a show there. I'm doing a show next week in Toronto and I want people to come to that. And once I started to see like that kind of pattern happen where it was like, you know, I wasn't necessarily posting stand-up clips. I was posting more just something, like personality driven. And then people actually came. Like I was like I actually kind of couldn't believe that it worked. Yeah. And so that to me, I was like, oh, okay, now you're building like, I hate like all this language, but like a personal brand and like influence and like becoming actually like an entertainer, a creator that's like known. And so I think like it was more, like the audience was more like local driven at the start. But now it's very much like I'm only trying to make the girlies and the gays laugh. Like I don't really have any interest in making straight guys laugh. They're on my page and they'll say hello, but like it's not for them.
It's not for them. Like keep scrolling.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it the same for you? Like
I mean,
because you already built a platform through like your
it was totally
like
different
other stuff that was not like comedy entertainment related.
And you know what? I'm trying to get to a place where I can start creating content. It's like really difficult for me. It's not that I don't have excitement and ideas. It just feels difficult. I feel stuck in the sense of putting myself out there. Like I can't even create clips for this podcast. I don't like watching myself. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. It is like a whole, I will say, like, I think what makes somebody funny on the internet and what makes somebody funny in person or funny on stage, like I think there's definitely through lines, but it is like a different skill set. You know, like if you're doing content, you know how to video, you need to know how to like light and like edit and like, and I also think like there's so much, even just like punching it on a face at a certain moment can add so much more comedy.
Absolutely. Or just like a random fucking TikTok sound. Whatever.
Did you, okay, because I know you're, sorry, I didn't mean to bring this up so early. You're a little bit older than me, but only like a year and a half maybe max. But like, so I grew up like sitting at my computer, like filming stuff on the family's like vlogging kind of like camcorder camera.
I love that.
And then I would like sit at like my family's computer on like Windows Movie Maker and just like fight with my brother on the mouse and just edit stuff.
I mean, I would fight with my brother to get the seat of the family computer, basically is what happened. Like I remember specific times when we were teenagers being like, I'm on my period and like going to like sit and like he would like get up because he was like grossed out, like kind of a thing to fight for it. But I always was like putting on plays, putting on dances, putting on like performing was always what I always wanted to fucking do. Always. And making people laugh, like favorite thing in the world. But I will say like, sorry, there's like so many, you and I are the same. So you were talking about so many things on stage. So you were speaking early on about like my voice at the beginning of it. I was like speaking to what I thought was funny and engaging in that. And like, that was great. I did start to notice eventually like the difference between like audience members and then kind of playing into that a little more.
Yeah.
And
like
just
you mean like of how people react to like
totally. I mean, I started to notice actually it was a really great comedian who is very successful noticed when I was on stage in LA at one point, and they told me something. They were like, most people come to comedy shows on dates, and the guy might be uncomfortable laughing at your jokes until like the girl is laughing. So if the girl is laughing. But also
vice versa. Like girls would be like, well, I'm not gonna laugh about this girl talking about getting a thong stuck up her ass, even though I personally think that's a funny and relatable experience. Yeah. I don't want to laugh and then have like this bozo beside me think I'm like disgusting because I laughed at that.
So silly. And so I've experimented with that like a lot. Like at one point I was like going on stage and being like, I shit myself, like just out of the gate, which is true. I do it all the time. IBS. It's a real problem. But it is interesting, or like seeing girls when you're on stage go like laugh.
Yeah, you're right. I like in general, I don't think like women aren't encouraged to be like loud and like especially like on stage. Like I've also been up so many times where it's like a guy will come up to me afterwards and be like, "Oh, like my girlfriend thought you were funny," and I'm like, thank you, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you could just be like, oh, great. You know what I mean? But then I'm also like, I'd much rather, why didn't your girlfriend herself come up to me and say, like, oh, great set, you know what I mean?
Weird, yeah.
But like this, like doing this qualifier of like, oh, you were my girlfriend's favorite, like whatever, like of the night. Like, I'm like, okay, thank you. But like I don't know.
Successful comedians love saying funny is funny, no matter what. And it's like, yes, of course, but there are certain... You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I also think it's really different. So like what I've started doing, my stand-up comedy show that I run in Toronto, and we're going to actually Montreal in a couple of weeks on July 23rd. But it's called Pink Chicken Comedy. And the show is like very much for women. We only book women on the lineup. You've done it actually last year. You were on one of our shows, which was really fun. We got the comedy hour for that one. And I find like that to me is really special because like it's very marketed towards women, but it's not exclusive. Like anyone can come, but like it's such a different experience, I think, when the girlies are together and they're sitting beside their friends. And what my co-host Michelle Forster and I realized was that like doing jokes to the people that they're meant for, first of all, best fucking feeling in the world. But also like the girlies want to chat. Like they don't want to just like sit and be an audience member. So they're like elbowing each other.
Like and you have like a fun interactive part of it.
That's right. Yeah.
Too, which is so cool.
Yeah. And so we call it, it's like crowd work therapy, but it's like we have a different kind of question every week or every time we do it. And people just like fill out like a story on a QR code that we just like, the vibe is very much like we're not making fun of anybody. It's not like a got you moment. It's like we're all here to laugh at this like shitty or embarrassing or whatever. Exactly. Yeah. And to me, like, I think that's where I get so much excitement with comedy is when you can make people laugh and it's kind of this vibe of like, oh, I didn't know anyone else like thought that way.
That is the
like,
best part about comedy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of it. Like you talk about your experiences. I I know that you do, I do as well. I'm very much a storyteller. Like you talk about your experiences and the laughs, the best part are like people either like laughing at you because it's funny or they're like laughing because they've experienced something similar.
Yeah.
And it's like so community building,
It
low key.
is. Yeah.
It's really nice.
Not to say that we're changing the world, but like kind of that makes me feel a little bit happier when I get out of bed every morning. That's for
100%,
sure.
which you're doing full time now, which is
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Cheers to
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. Cheers to financial instability.
Just to like sort of break the ice after getting into it so heavily right out of the gate accidentally. Why do we do that?
Actually, this is how all my social interactions go. They're like, actually, first let's start with the trauma and then afterwards it's
How
like,
was
so
your
how are you
period
doing?
this month? Like, just out of the gate.
That actually,
was
for
it
real,
actually?
okay, so it's like still ongoing. I made a TikTok yesterday. It's
Ongoing?
gone viral. And it was like, I know hell is real because I had a period dump in Dufferin Mall, which is like,
I saw it, hilarious.
yeah. I have like comedians that I've like followed
Nobody
for
needs
years be
that.
like, this is funny. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah, this is my real life experience. And that's okay. That's the other thing. Maybe like this is like a tip for you or like anyone trying to do more like silly kind of like relatable content. It's like anytime I have a moment in my real life where I'm like, oh my God, like I'm so embarrassed. I'm going to call my best friend and tell her about this. Or I'm going to call my boy.
Stop and
Like,
tell
and it's going to be like
people.
whatever. And then that's why I'm just like, okay, we got to film it. Like, gotta
Yeah.
let the people know.
So
Like it's
smart.
whenever it's like a moment that I feel myself being like, oh, I'm embarrassed by this. It's like, whatever. Like the other day I was walking
It's not
to,
embarrassing.
I was like,
It's life.
it is life. But then
Yeah.
of course, like, I don't know, once like, yeah, that video hit like around 1 million views, it's no longer the girlies that are like, oh my God, so real. It's like
Oh, God.
gross ass men being like, this is disgusting. Stop talking about your minge. And it's like, just say you're a virgin without saying you're a virgin.
And also just
it's
like
fine.
you stopped because you thought I was hot and then you had to listen to this. So like get the fuck out of here. Just keep
Yeah,
scrolling.
yeah. It's like, sorry, this wasn't what you would've-
That was the reason that you stopped
Yeah.
and watched it.
Yeah,
Like, stop.
yeah. But no, this period cycle's been rough because, okay, so I was getting investigated for endometriosis and PCOS, which I don't have.
Girl,
Yay.
That's really good because I'm kind of going
do you
through
have-
something right now.
Yeah, you just have like really painful
I
periods.
was, I mean, always, they're only like 3, sorry. I was-
yeah.
I have very, I'm going to say this into the camera, tissue heavy periods right now. It's
okay.
been like that little while.
It's like a half child coming out. That's like
essentially what happens is it is short. It's short. It's like 3 days. It's like max, but they're extremely painful. And I can like free bleed without much coming out other than like bedtime.
Yeah.
I wear my NYX underwear. And
not sponsored, but open to it.
Open to it. NYX underwear. If you're tissue heavy.
No,
They
but I
got your
also feel
back.
like in like the period underwear, like NYX underwear, like you're forced to really confront. You know
I
what I mean?
like-
You're forced
I
to
like
really
them.
look.
Well, at least
at,
they
like,
make it like black, you know, so it's not too
yeah.
jarring.
But if there's like texture on there, like you could pull it out and like do class
Yeah.
puppets show
Yeah.
with any. Sorry, that's
Just meaty. Anyway, again, sorry
yeah.
to our gorgeous producer. But I will like sit on the toilet and like push to pee and like stuff will come out kind of thing.
Yeah.
Really bad, wildly painful.
Yeah,
To
same.
the point where I purposefully won't take Advil if I need it throughout the month until my period.
Like
because I really want
stock
to
it up.
work.
Yes.
And this past month I had the worst of my life. Like went to the hospital.
Oh no.
Vomiting, like it was.
Oh.
So when this happened, it reminded me, I had almost forgotten when I was like around 20, same thing happened. So I get like cysts on my ovaries and occasionally.
This isn't PCOS though. This is just
It-
like.
It's never been diagnosed.
Oh,
So I get,
classic. You were a woman and you wanted a women's healthcare
yeah.
diagnosis.
Oh my
Good
God.
fucking luck.
oh my God, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to pivot. Remind me of Mare pattern baldness, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
This is so ADHD. Be like, wait, remind me to come back to this, please. Thank you.
So bad. Okay, so we're gonna be filming another episode because to continue the rest of this. But I get cysts on my ovaries. They break off. Sometimes it's obviously more painful. And
Will you ever feel it? Like you're like, oh, just blew
almost
one. Like,
now, every time that I ovulate, I know I'm ovulating, which is nice hack for not getting pregnant. But I know because I feel it on whatever side. I feel like my right ovary makes more more eggs, but I
Okay.
almost always feel it, and I do get crampy. But it was like a crazy experience. It was like to the point where like I like fainted. I couldn't get out of bed. It was so bad. My mom
what did they
was
do?
away.
You said you went to the hospital. What did they do for you at the hospital?
Literally give you an injection for like pain and like
Yeah.
that's kind of it, unfortunately. Because what else can you do?
Yeah.
But that particular one literally lasted like less than 2 days, and I was
But
like,
it was just like the worst 48
it
hours.
was
of your life.
something I've never like, and it just I genuinely had almost forgotten that this had happened when I was like 20. And I'm getting up there in age and hormones are changing.
Yeah.
And
your body's like, why haven't you pushed out a baby out? If you just pushed a baby out, we could also push
literally,
these
they
cysts
said
out.
one of the things that can fix is getting pregnant.
They're like,
and having
because
a
then
baby
it'll expel the baby and also all the other tissue.
and change your hormones.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, cool.
That is crazy. No, I actually think, man, if you're watching this, turn the volume up. Okay. I think people know, because it is such a debilitating, like, I also am like, usually if I'm not, I get prescription medication for like painkillers.
Okay.
And like if I don't take
those.
Do you
like a naproxen or like what do you do?
It's like a heavy duty naproxen.
Yeah.
I have a special, like, it's basically like if I took 3 naproxens at once is like what my doctor prescribes me. And even that still on like some tough days, it's like doesn't quite last me what it needs to.
That day, and it wasn't the first time, sorry to cut you off. Yeah. I genuinely, it woke me up at 4 a.m. so unwell. I took 3 Advil. I hadn't even started bleeding yet. I knew I was like, that's what's gonna happen.
Okay, but that's also a hack. This is like, not that we're medical professionals, but if you know it's coming, because I also get like a little cramping before, like the day or so before, take the painkillers then. Because once you're already in crisis, like they don't work quite as well. I didn't
realize. So I was like, it was like 4 a.m. It woke me up. I was so unwell. I took 3. This is like a normal thing. It will wake me up. It always happens in the early hours of the morning for me. And I was like, okay,
the sun's coming up and your girl's like, hey.
Yeah, she's literally like, yeah. She's literally like, not today. Yeah. You're staying in bed. Yeah. But it started and I took 3 but it was like another level and I couldn't, like, it was so bad. And after an hour of it not doing anything, I took another 3. And then it took so, it was just, I was just like, this is not.
Liver. I don't think you're supposed to take that
I know.
many. But like when you have no other choice. I've also had it before
drinking.
where I put like those like hot compresses or like I have a plug-in, little one, whatever. And then the doctor that just prescribed me my new painkillers was like, oh yeah, and if you like, you can do heat and like apply heat, that'll like also relieve the pain, but like don't do too much, otherwise you'll get this like thing where like the skin bubbles up to the surface and it's all like veiny and weird. And I'm like, oh, I've had that since I was like 18. I would always just like get this boiling hot like water bottle and just like burn. I've done
the heating pads. My favorite, this is what I did that day, was like my dog and I cuddle and I put her like in here and it kind of helps.
Does your dog like know when you're having your period? Because my dog will like smell my crotch way more. Like
is it a boy dog?
He's a boy. Yeah.
Yes.
And he'll always be like, hello, smell your crotch. Nice to see you. But like before I'm gonna get my period, he's like thing. About it. Yeah.
I think it's a boy dog thing because I'll never forget the first time I ever. Okay, this is exclusively a period podcast. Like, what the fuck? Well, how do we get here? But the first time I got my period, we were going up north and there was this dog, Hamish. And he was a boy dog, and he took my pad out of the garbage can, and that was my first experience with that. Very first time I got my period. And but Lila, like my dog, does not care. But I think she's just a girly. She's like, I'm here for you, like whatever you need. Yeah. She's not like, oh my god. She really doesn't care.
Yeah, she's like, I can't have a period myself anymore, but like I know what it's like, girl.
My bad, but also like I got you. I wish.
Yeah. Can I also get spayed?
Can somebody make the choice for me before I even understand what that is? Like,
oh my god, yeah. If only my mom at 1 year old was like, take her uterus. She doesn't need it. And that's a Netflix documentary. Just
100%. Yeah. Oh my god,
it's dark. But it is like, okay, so then, but also this like heavy duty naproxen that I get prescribed to me.
It's also a blood thinner though sometimes. No,
it's like so my flow. Now that we're doubling down on this topic, is like way heavier than I'm used to. Yeah. And like, I don't know if the doctor, maybe she explained it to me. Maybe I just wasn't listening to this part. But like, I got up, this is Monday morning. I got up wearing my next period underwear. They did not save me this time. I woke up and you know, when you go from like lying down to like being
and then
vertical,
all of a sudden it's like
all I did was like woke up first thing like I do every morning is I scoop up my dog's food for him and literally just walked to my living room, did that, and like as I'm like free bleeding on the floor, like the Nick's underwear was no match for what I had happening.
Oh shit.
And then again this morning, oh my god, literally, I meant to tell you this as soon as we sat down. This morning I'm like, I'm gonna go to an exercise class, and I was like, ooh, she's day 4 now. It's just like a light little flow.
We're good.
I'm gonna get away with a thong and a panty liner, and
You're insane.
I'm gonna wear light brown leggings. I'm like walking there. I'm talking to the phone, like Dylan, who was just here. I'm talking on the phone with Dylan, and I was like on the way to my workout class, and I was like, I can't go because like you know when it's in your mind's eye that you're like, I bled through my pants.
My son,
like I can't see it yet, but I know it's what happened, and I need to go home.
Last month, not this one. The month before, I'm at my dad's visiting, really excited, having a glass of wine, which thins your blood, and literally I'm like, I always sit on the ground for some reason at my dad's with my dog because like it's just like hanging with her, like
Your
petting
dad
her,
doesn't
whatever.
have furniture.
No, he's so much furniture,
He's like,
guys.
actually,
It's a personal choice. I don't know why. I'm just like to be one with the earth on the
Ground
third floor.
yourself, yeah.
No, but I was with my dog, petting her on the floor, whatever, and I don't even know what happened, but I went to get up, and he was like, "I don't want to embarrass you," because my dad is very like old school, but like in a good way, like supportive, like you could be president, like, you know, one of those,
cute.
but then at the same time also like, what are you doing opening your own fucking door? Like it's a nice mixture. But I go to get up and he's like,
guy you're looking for?
Don't for sure.
Pivot. Yeah.
Yes, we got into that. Let's fucking pivot from the shit. But I went to get up and he was like, I don't want to embarrass you, but and I had never really like bled through to my pants before.
Yeah.
And I'm like about to be 36.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, because that never really happened. And I was like, and it was, he literally was genuinely like, don't be embarrassed. Like, it's all good. And
that's such a dad way to say it.
Well, he called it, he couldn't call
like, I don't really know what's happening right now, but I do want you to know you ruined my fucking car.
He's like, everything in their house, by the way, white. Everything. It's a museum. But he genuinely means it. But it's kind of like, the first time I got my period, actually, my mom was away and I had no one to call but my dad. And it was my dad. And he showed up with this, I don't even think they make them anymore. It was like your first period kit. He went and got it. Which all the information, these tiny little pads, because I was crying because I was 12. It was on Valentine's Day. And I was this tiny little figure skater. I was like 4'8". And I knew you put the quarter in, you turn the thing and a pad comes out. So I did that. And then went to the stall and I opened it up and I'm so tiny. It wrapped from like here all the way around to the back.
From your nipples all around to the center
Literally,
of your back.
it was like 100%. And I was like, is this going to be the rest of my life? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, which, no, it will be because that's what you need now to not bleed, to free bleed. But when you're 12.
Kind of like ironic that first time that happened to me, like bleeding through, was with my dad. Yeah. And he meant it.
Full circle.
Like so full circle, so gorgeous. So anyway, I digress. Let's talk about dating. I obviously am inspired about like the stuff you're talking about in stand-up comedy right now. I love it. I thought we would do a little icebreaker. We should break the ice now. By the way, I said this how long ago? And then we dove into something. We're almost done.
And let's break the ice.
Are you free next week? We're going to have to do another episode. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Okay, we're going to play games. Smash, pass, or block.
Okay.
I know you're in like a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. We love that.
Yeah, probably the first time ever, but here we are.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You've been in it for a while. How long?
A couple years, 2 years now.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yay. He's also blonde?
Yeah, he's also blonde.
That's
yeah.
a lot.
I mean, some would say blonde on blonde is a hate crime. Mm-hmm. And some might have been me before I met my blonde boyfriend. And like, look, you can't control who you fall in love with.
Yes.
And like we definitely, actually on our very first date, not only were we both blonde, we were both wearing like a similar outfit. And so like my first, like, I think the first sentence I ever said to him was like, oh, hey, like we're giving siblings or dating. It's like, that was the very first thing I said to him.
Love.
And here we are now. We're still giving siblings or dating. So, but it is funny because our next door neighbor, she got into the elevator with me. This is like last week. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, by the way, that guy you live with, is that your brother? Like she was kind of like, And I was like, oh, no, like that's my boyfriend. Like, I know we like, I've got that before. Like, whatever, And she was like, oh, okay. Cause like I saw him with your dog the other day and he was in the elevator saying that he was going to go visit his girlfriend in Hamilton. And I was like, okay.
Also, girl looking out for girl.
No,
thank you.
I know. My neighbor, she's got to be in like her 60s. But yeah, she's so cool. She's very fashionable. And I just like love another girl. Like she's always like looking out. And she was like, yeah, they were like, say they're going somewhere else, whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm actually from Hamilton. And like there was a day where like I was already there and he was bringing the dog to like meet us there. So I think that was me. Unless there's some greasy bitch in Hamilton who's been talking to my man, in which case you can fucking have him and he doesn't live in my apartment anymore. So yeah,
and she is greasy.
Yeah.
Whomever
stealing another girl's man. But gross. Yeah, I am in love with my blonde boyfriend that I met on Tinder.
It's just wild to say blonde boyfriend.
Yeah.
I have been on a date with a blonde man recently. Yeah. And I just cannot believe, like, I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
you can't believe they exist.
I don't think adult men should be blonde.
Yeah, you're right. It's like that's kind of a phase you should have grown out of by the time you were 8. Like, grow up.
Grow up. And the ones that aren't getting highlights, it's just real. It's like, ew. Like, I don't.
Yeah, my boyfriend's a natural blonde. I'm not even a natural blonde anymore these days. I pay.
I see the roots. It looks good.
Yeah, you know, I pay a lot of money to get it like balayage, so it's like the more like
so it
it grows out naturally because I
properly.
don't, you know, we're doing well, but like not that well that I can get it done every 6 weeks.
I feel you.
But I also just like sitting in the chair getting your foils done. Yeah.
I hate it. Getting my nails done even is hard enough.
No, I was literally getting my nails done yesterday, and I was saying to my friend that I was getting my nails done with them, like sometimes I wish I could just drop my hands off and come pick them up in 40 minutes.
It's not even like,
I'd just be like, just take them for a little bit. I'll
I'm
come
supposed
back.
to catch up on my podcast. I do that when I walk my dog.
Yeah,
like
I
what
also like I feel rude like putting in. Sometimes I'll do like one headphone because it's like sometimes they have to ask you a question. I'm also like this is their whole work day and I'm just ignoring it. Like I don't know whatever.
Feels
Like
so, it feels assholeish.
It does. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to
smash pass. Smash pass. What am I smashing my boyfriend passing on nails. Boom, we did it.
Also here.
Oh, thank you.
Just a little.
You trying to liquor me up before this next segment?
Yeah. Smash pressure block. Otherwise, it's not gonna fucking happen, guys. Okay. Imagine you're single.
Okay.
Okay. Take a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Let's have like a little meditative moment. You're single. You're not dating a blonde man.
I'm not dating a
That's an
blonde man.
adult
I'm not dating any man.
It's crazy. You still have burger though. It's wonderful.
Oh my god, incredible. Okay, life's still good.
Smash or pass if they text "Good morning, beautiful" after one date.
That's gonna be a pass, I think. Or I don't know. I feel like at best that's a yellow flag.
Okay.
Because I feel like maybe there's a world where you could be with somebody that's like
Yellow
they would just say
flag,
that
okay.
ironically, and
Even
that's like kind of
watching the
silly
World Cup.
vibes. But I don't know. What would you say? I feel like that's a little.
It
know.
depends on how the first date went.
Yeah. I mean, my own boyfriend doesn't even say good morning, beautiful. Like I don't know. I just feel like for me, like that's just not how I like. I don't know. I love a compliment, but not like. I just feel also like that when it's so new. It's like this could have been a copy paste message.
Totally.
You know,
Good morning,
that went to
beautiful.
like 5 other people.
Be original.
Be original.
Good morning,
Be original.
my endometriosis
Watermark the text
queen.
is my initials, so I know it's just
Yeah. Like, good morning, my Nick swearing stuff. Like, just
yeah. I would actually rather the messaging.
Yeah.
Good morning, my free bleeding queen.
Yes.
Like, because that would be accurate at least.
Yes.
You know.
Smash, pass, or block has an ex's name tattooed.
An ex's name tattooed. I know you just want quick ones, but I'm just like you know what I mean? Like if this is like a tattoo guy where it's like he has tattoos of like everything, that's just kind of like, okay, this is who you are. But it's like if you have one tattoo
And it's just
and
like,
it's your ex's name, it's like get rid of that. Come on.
Yeah, that's
you know?
a lot.
Yeah.
Cover it or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of just like making it into something else, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. This is kind of okay. Cries during Pixar movies.
Honestly, I do. My boyfriend's a Pisces. Like I do deep down love a sensitive man.
I love
like a guy that's gonna cry up with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
when the
don't
wife
even get
dies
me
and up,
started.
if you're not
The
crying, you're a
start of that
sociopath.
movie,
Yeah.
If you're not crying within 2 minutes of that movie, yeah, you are psychotic.
Right.
I think.
And like I don't want, you know what I mean? Yeah.
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 I concur. Dylan he said pass, and then he said, but if they're because he doesn't like those kinds of movies, he's like, if they're watching it on their own, they text him like, I'm crying because I'm watching whatever, then it's fine.
Interesting.
The other thing is I'm probably crying harder than the guy, even if he's sobbing at a Pixar movie.
No, at the end of the day, I still want to be a diva and take up all the emotional space in a relationship. So,
yeah.
They can have like a
my
segment
God,
of it,
fair.
but like, you know what I mean? Like it's like,
Well, I don't want them to have like their own space for it. I just still want them to like know about mine and have an understanding, and therefore you have to be a little emotional to have that.
yes.
You can talk to me and ask me about it.
Yeah.
Smash, pass, or block owns a pet snake.
That's a block for me, dog. That's
I'm out.
No, I'm not. No.
It's like, what do you mean you're feeding a dead mouse to a? It's,
No. Oh my God, the dead mouse part.
Even, do you know, I want to cry when I see that they're feeding crickets to like lizards and stuff.
I know.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, the live. I mean, I'm gonna still eat a steak or whatever, but like,
Yeah,
I just
like,
don't want to see them wiggling.
No,
before.
no.
Like, even like I don't know if you've ever been on like the East Coast
lobster.
where like the fresh lobster. Or
No,
whatever. Yeah, it's like I don't want to
can't.
see that. Yeah.
I will never forget. I was, I'm going to cover the microphone. I was on a date with, okay, and he really wanted this like crab dish, and he brought out this like we weren't expecting this. They brought out, it was like a minimum of like 5 pound or 8 pound, I can't remember this, and he was alive to show. And then literally, and he was like, the look on his face was like, please don't. And we looked at each other and we were like, no, we don't want, like,
that's not what I ordered.
The fuck? No,
Yeah, no.
They like to show showing an animal, a crustacean, before they kill it, like a lobster or crab, before they boil it. Like, no.
That's insane. Everybody wants farm to table, but that's too, nobody wants ocean to table.
I needed. Honestly, they're doing a new PR move. They're kind of hating that it's all farm to table. It's not ocean to table.
No. If it can get up and crawl away from me, I'm not eating it.
It was. It was horrifying.
The snake thing though, like it's like, how am I going to rest peacefully at your place? You know what I mean? Also, like, okay, I don't know if, like, so when you fuck, do you put your dog in the other room or does your dog just, like, watch?
My dog's around.
Your dog's, like, around?
Yeah.
Okay, we put our dog in the other room just because otherwise our dog will, like, try to participate.
Thankfully, my dog will literally, I'll be like, hey, can you please go to your bed? Like, and I like, please. And she just goes to her bed.
She knows. She's like, I know what's happening. I don't need to be a part of this.
I don't fuck that much. But, like, for her to be like, I know what's happening. But I will be like, can you please go to your bed, and she will go to her bed and it's fine and chill. I mean, I think that's the difference between having like a girl dog and a boy dog sometimes. She's also very intelligent, too intelligent. It's shocking.
Okay, but this is what I want to know with the snake. Do you put the snake in the other room?
Ew.
Because like, do you just like, even if you turn the snake tank around, it's still like, clear on the other side. It's like, I'm back, bitch.
It's like, I have a giant lump in my body from eating that mouse earlier.
Yeah.
Can I watch you look?
Dead mouse cry. I know. I just don't think I could rest peacefully at a man's place.
Ew, like, it's shedding its skin. It's just like, no.
No.
I mean, I'm shedding skin probably in his bed. I'm honestly
I'm allowed.
Scaly.
Yeah.
But I'm allowed.
You're allowed to be there with your girl.
I didn't moisturize today. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
There might be some curly hairs, floating around. I don't know. Okay. I have so many. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay. So I was wanting to do, I felt like you are the perfect candidate for this. I've never really done this segment before, but I want to do this respectfully segment. So like, respectfully, men wearing flip-flops on a plane is disgusting. That kind of a vibe. So I want to hear your take on like respectfully. Do you have anything? Because it's like, I understand it, but I'm disgusted by it.
I feel like respectfully, because now you said the plane thing, so this is what I'm just thinking of now. Yeah. But like respectfully, we don't need to check passports before you get on a plane, but we do need to smell your armpits.
Fair.
Because I've been on flights before where it's like, I know the guy beside me has probably been traveling for maybe even longer than I have been. But I usually travel with a scarf or something that I can use as like a pillow or whatever, a little blanket if I'm cold.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I've had to fully just like face mask, wrap it over around me because like it's always a man. It's always a man. A woman would never leave the house smelling that rank.
Always a man.
And then it's like, usually, if you're in a public space, you're just like, oh, I'm just not going to stand quite close to that person, whatever. But yeah, we're stuck on this plane. We're stuck in economy together for the next 5 hours. And this is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always gross. It's always something gross.
It's gross. Yeah. I also think, respectfully, I don't think men should wear cargo shorts.
Okay, this is revolutionary.
Why do you need so many pockets? Get a purse.
What are you hiding in there?
Yeah.
Just man up and do the European thing.
Man up and get a fanny pack.
Oh my God. John Colarusso, never forget, the best professor ever. He was one of my elective professors at McMaster, and he had a different fanny pack every class.
Ooh, another one. Like different color combos.
All of it. Yeah. Like I'm talking different like materials, different, and it was wildly impressive, and I respect the hell out of him. Thank you, Dr. John Colarusso, for that. Also saw him in the wild at Fortinos grocery store one time.
Shout out Fortinos, Hamilton grocery chain. In high school, I used to go with my girlfriends to Fortinos every day for lunch.
Get like the hot. What did you get?
Yeah. Okay. So the Fortinos near near our high school had.
Where'd you go to high school?
In Hamilton at St. Mary's Catholic Secondary School.
How did I fucking know you went to St. Mary's? That's so funny. I love it.
And it's right behind, like,
I know, it's right there, like Rifle Range, like whatever, like right near there. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I would always get, there was like a bagel kind of section, and I would get like a cream cheese bagel, usually.
Their bagels are kind of elite.
Yeah, the bagels are good. Sometimes I would go for like potato wedges and like some chicken fingers. Like, that's also such a good, But also as an adult, I'm glad I don't actually do my grocery shopping there, because if I did do my grocery shopping there, every time I'm there, I'm like, surely I need a treat. Like,
there's just too many options.
Do you shop there? Is that your grocery store? deep cut local references. We can talk about this later. We're not talking about this later.
We'll talk about this later because I can get more local with it with what I'm actually doing right now. Okay. So, okay. We're gonna wrap up. I just want to know, I know that right now you're kind of feeling a little excited. You're working on a few different things, like relaunching your YouTube and stuff. Can you talk a little bit about what you're excited about?
Oh my gosh, I would be happy to. My YouTube, previously it was used for my podcast, which there's an old episode you can look. I've got one with John Viev. It's really funny. And now that I'm not doing the podcast anymore, but I've been doing more kind of like, okay, to call it video essay would be like very generous because it's not very well researched.
No, I like that.
But it's like it's me just kind of giving like pop culture kind of like hot takes and things like that. So if you like my vibe and you want to see it in like more of like a 10 to 15 minute video format, that's what the YouTube's going to be about. And so yeah, I'm really excited about that. I've been learning a lot of just like how to structure and just like it's another way to like creatively write, and it feels like writing stand up, but it's like it doesn't need to be quite as tight, and it's like it feels like a little bit more playful. And then I'm really excited. I'm going to be going to Montreal at the end of July. And yeah, Michelle and I are doing a Pink Chicken show.
Yeah, shout out Pink Chicken Comedy.
Really
it's
excited.
so fun. I loved it. If you're a girly, gay, and I mean, it's for anybody, but it really is niche for them.
Yeah. It's really for the girls.
It's so much fun. I've never had more fun on a show, I feel like, Loki. Okay, well, why do you want to talk about brand collaborations?
Oh, no. You were just like, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, my many, emphasis on many brand collaborators. No, that's just, I'm hashtag open for business, obviously.
She's
but, yeah.
open for business. And so am I. Nick's, Cottage Springs. Hit me up. Those are my two passions in life. Just Nick's and Cottage Springs.
And
having a period. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to keep having my period until I can eventually get pregnant, hopefully.
Are you trying to get pregnant?
No, what the fuck?
Not actively, but like someday?
Eventually, if it's the right person.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be sad about it if it's not ever with the right person.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm also like, I would love to be a dad. A mom?
Yeah. I'd love to be a dad in comedy.
Right? Oh,
you get to go on the road. You're like, oh, I miss my kids so much.
I miss you guys. I'm just like out here working for you. I'm out here like fucking groupies for
get home
for the family.
Yeah, and the kid's like, oh my God, so excited you're home for a few days. And then you get to leave the road again. And it's like not a big deal.
Being an absent, shitty comedy dad would actually be...
That sounds lovely. I'm not saying every man in comedy is a shitty dad. I'm just, not at all. I get it, but like
majority,
and then just like make jokes about like your pregnant wife and like your kid.
Yeah,
that sounds so fun. I wish I could do that.
Just make fun of. I mean, you could get a pregnant wife for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't swing that way, and I am disappointed about that. But
such is life. It's July now, so you don't even need to say Happy Pride.
Did you wear blue for a boy? Are you
blue for a boy? No, I wore blue just
announcing
because,
something. Matches your beautiful eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to what it looks max. This is me looks maxing.
It's a gorgeous monochrome moment.
And I cut my finger this morning, so I bled a little bit on my shirt here.
Good.
Too. But yeah, so I bled through my pants and my
cold
shirt.
Water.
And that's
By the way, for your pants, just before we finish, your pants, cold water. Blood.
Immediately. Also, hydrogen peroxide works for blood stains. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah.
You can kill a bitch. You could bleed through a bitch and just get some hydrogen peroxide.
Anyway, this has been Gorilla Cheeks. Thank you, Edwards. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please like, subscribe, comment, follow, don't follow. Send me some Nick's underwear. And same for Hilary. Hilary, real quick, we fucking already did this. I'm so sorry. This is my ADHD. Is there anything else you want to promote other than Pink Chicken Comedy in Montreal, July 23rd?
At Hilary Henderson on all the platforms.
Give her a follow. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun.